Good day, dear students, and welcome to second term lesson number 1 of your online English language class. I'm your teacher, Ms. Rabia Javed. Today we'll be doing chapter number 3 from your English textbook titled Media and its Impact. In today's lesson, we will learn the role and impact of media on society, how media brings people together, and the difference between print and electronic media. We are going to do the first exercise, which is my favorite. This is something I personally love to do. That is the origin of the words that we have in our title. So as you can see from this little chart over here, page 16, the word medium was taken or borrowed from the Latin language. In Latin, the word was used as medium, and the root word is medias. Okay, even in Latin, the word had the meaning of something in the middle, something that connects. Okay, so similarly over here, in English, the late 16th century, originally denoting something intermediate in nature or degree. The word has been derived from Latin, literally meaning middle, and it is the neuter of the word medias. If you look over here, this is the phonetic description or phonetic pronunciation of the word media. Media. Okay? Now, what does the word mean? It means it is the main means of mass communication, that is broadcasting, publishing, and internet collectively. Okay, the word media is derived from the word medium, signifying mode or carrier. Definitely, or most importantly, information. Media is intended to reach and address a large target group or audience. The word was first used in respect of books and newspapers. Now, media is the biggest source nowadays, and it gives information to the public at large. There are a lot of sources in which media is playing a vital role. We can watch all the latest bulletin on it. It is considered as the fourth pillar of state after legislature, executive, and judiciary. Now, media, when you listen to the word for the first time, these are the different things that pop up in your brain. First and the foremost is television. Other than that, radio, the advertisements, the billboards, the advertisements in the newspaper or the flyers, the brochures that you receive, all sorts of newspapers, magazines, and even in today's fast-moving technological sci-fi world, the internet. All of these together collectively make media. Now, what are the different types of media? There are 5 different types of media: broadcasting, print media, movies, internet, and games. We're going to look at each one of them in detail. Broadcasting. The main sources of broadcast are television and radio. We can watch all types of events which are happening on Earth. Usually people are interested to watch the news regarding spiritual, politics, sports, and so on. Now, the second broadcasting medium is radio, which is also the source of broadcasting. We can hear all kinds of news on it and also enjoy the music on it through changing the channels. Print media. Print media is also an important source of information. It includes newspapers, magazines, and books, etc. We can update with the latest news via that print media platforms. Movies. Movies are one of the oldest platforms of media, and people went to theaters to watch it, but now people can watch movies at home via satellite and cables in HD resolution. Please excuse this bad spelling over here. This is not no, this is now. Number 4 is the internet. The internet is one of the newest sources of media. The majority of the users prefer the internet to watch news, quickly. It is more fast and capable in comparison to any other source of media. Internet changes the world and connects the people also and connects the people. It also delivers the users to keep in touch with the latest inventions and news. The internet also gives you a chance to express your ideas all over the globe. You must have seen how recently people using TikTok, especially during quarantine, using TikTok, using YouTube, using Instagram. They have minted a lot of money and they are taking it up as profession. Okay. So you can see how your ideas can instantaneously create, a drastic change throughout the world. Things go viral, news travels way faster using the internet. Now, the fifth medium is games. Boys' favorite. I'm sure there are many girls who like it too. I am a gamer myself. Okay. It is only grown in youth, with high dimensions and more graphics. Games are the form of electronic media devices. Now, games are also available on mobile phones and people are easily accessible to them. Now, this is the picture that's there in your book on the first page of your lesson. What do you see over here? Take a minute. Let me know. What do you see? Very good. They are computers. You can see that there is a comparatively older version with its older mechanism, and there is a comparatively newer computer with its mechanism and technology along with it. You can see the woofers screen. This looks some sort of a broadcasting station, and here you can see an excerpt from a newspaper with a headline and everything. Okay, I know that I don't have a genuine window. All right. Is there anything else? So basically, a news station or a broadcasting station is where you receive or transmit information to the rest of the world. Newspapers are a vital source of information. People in this fast moving technological world today are still buying newspapers. Still, newspaper has the same importance that it had years and years ago. Okay? Although, oh my God, horrible things are popping up over here. Okay, that's my son's doing. Okay. Before we move over to the lesson, I'd like to, go through the vocabulary with you. This time I'm giving you the word, its meaning, and its Urdu translation. I'm giving you the Urdu translation simply because soon we'll be starting off with the translation. And when we do translation, it is better to have a good grasp of your English Urdu vocabulary. Okay, so have a look at these words. I'll simply skim through them. Impact means impression, anxious means keen, geared up means ready, expressed means articulate, integral means vital, entertain means amuse, greets means welcome, discussion means conversation, opinion is the view, expressed is spoken, means of communication, resources of message, global village means worldwide community, a click away means a hit to hit it off, constructive role means positive role. A mouthpiece is a representative. Downtrodden are the people that are browbeaten. And debates are discussions. Corrective impact is remedial. All right. Before we move on to the main lesson, I'd like to cover a few important topics or pretexts. Now, what is the importance of media? Media is the most popular tool of communication. The word global village has the word global village has been given to the world just because of media, because media has brought countries that were far and far away from each other, media has connected them. Now, at the click of a button, of we get to know whether we click onto the button of our television, or we click onto the button of our computer, or cell phones or tablets. Just a click away, we get to know the information. Did you hear the news of the explosion in Beirut yesterday? See, Lebanon is far away from us, but the news spread instantaneously. One channel spread the news. Other channels took up with it and caught up with it, and then every channel started this, publishing or displaying the same news. So the world has become a global village. Now, the importance of media in nation building cannot be neglected. I'm sure most of you are in favor of Imran Khan, and remember how media covered Imran Khan's Dana. I don't want to be political. I don't want to take sides with any political party, but I'm just giving this as an example. In every election campaign, okay, let's talk in a very neutral manner. In every election campaign, or whenever there's a revolution, media plays a vital role, a pivotal role. How? Because media can either, create or impart true information, or it can impart false information, like the corrupted news that was spread after the 9/11 incident about the Muslims, especially, and how media, like, of the when we talk about the world hatred against Muslims, which has been generated after the 9/11 event, the thing is, media tends to play a pivotal role. Every time a terrorist attack occurs anywhere in the world, the first and the foremost thing that comes in your mind with the word terrorism now is Muslims. Why? Because media has repeatedly shown Muslim figures with respect to the word terrorism. A bearded man with a turban on his head. Isn't that so? So media can build a nation and break a nation as well. Media is a very integral part of our lives, therefore, they generate popular interest and debates about any social problems. Whatever happens, recently, let's say there was this celebrity who got married to a model. What happened? People had their own opinions. People started debating. A simple event takes place in our, let's say, in our government, and people start debating. There are people who are in favor of what the government is doing. There are people who are against the government's decisions. So a debate instantaneously is generated. And then let's talk about the dramas that we have. The most popular dramas will be higher up in the people's interest. And that is what certain medias are going to show and highlight, isn't it so? Now, the positive impact of media. It has helped to change the world into a global village, connecting remote parts of the world together, even in a distinct, teeny tiny island somewhere in the Pacific. Even they are going to know what is happening in America, in UK, in Europe, in Asia, whether China is sending a satellite off into outer space or not, whether Lebanon has had an explosion, what is happening in the Gaza Strip, whether Israel is now part whether Palestine is now part of the world map or not. Okay, things like that. The fires in Australia. There is summer in the northern hemisphere. What is happening? The cyclones up over here. The climatic changes. Everything around the world can be connected or informed to any part of the world. Media has made your trade easier. Okay, I will not use my cursor. Media has made the trade easier. It is very easy to advertise your product and sell it. It keeps us updated. Whatever the latest information, whatever the latest news, we get to know it promptly. Headlines, breaking news, whatever is happening latest, we get to know it. It provides information, whatever information you need. For example, these days we are all quarantined and we are all locked down in our houses due to coronavirus, and the government or the media is helping. The government is using the help of media to provide information to the people. These days, due to monsoon season, due to the monsoon rains, the media is being used by the government to provide information to the people to stay safe. Remember, recently on Eid al-Adha, the government issued certain advertisements which displayed information not to tie your cattle or your sacrificable animals to the electric poles. Why? Because you are not only going to hurt the animal, but you're going to hurt yourselves. Media acts as a watchdog. Now, what does the word watchdog mean? What is a watchdog? A watchdog is a dog that you keep in your house, outside your house, in the premises, to keep a check of who is coming in, who is going on, out, what is happening around you. It keeps a check. Exactly what media does. It is the mirror of society. Isn't that how, like, our movies, our dramas, the sort of games that we play, the sort of videos we are going to make on and publish, that go viral on the internet, are a reflection of what our society is. If our people are intelligent, media is going to show that in one way or the other. Media is going to portray that. Recently, I read the news of a 9-year-old Pakistani girl who has superseded the chemistry PhDs. In less than a minute, she has compiled and assembled the periodic table. See, you've got geniuses, and then you've got the foul lot that are doing all sorts of wrong things. Everything. How do we get to know about these things, the goods and the bads? Through media. Okay? The negative impact. There is news for sale. What does news for sale mean? I use the Urdu term. You've got mirchi masala going on. I'm sorry, my daughter is just shouting. Okay, I just hope you can't hear her. Okay, there is all sorts of mirchi masala sort of news, creating a thrill and suspense, stuff like that, just to buy the TRP. Cybercrimes have increased. People are getting better and better ideas of doing vicious things. There are false advertisements. Although there is easy trade, yet there are so many people who are ready to loot and plunder, who are ready to cheat people. Why? Because they are advertising false products. And there are many other things. There is identity theft. People's identities are being hacked, and other people use your accounts or your profiles, and instead of you writing or posting things, hackers are going to post things for you, which is very, very, criminal. Now, the duty and responsibility of media. Media should be truthful, fair, and objective. They should remain truth. Whatever information they impart should be truthful. They should remain fair. They should remain neutral, and they should stick to their objectives. It should follow agreed codes of ethics and professional conduct laid by the government. It should represent the public and should speak for them so that their voice can be heard by the government. You must have seen how, on many occasions, this has happened even in our country. Media is the powerful strength of media. It has the ability to bring the change both on a social and government level. It is the most powerful strength of media in any society. Now, what is our responsibility? As a citizen, we should seriously think about the revolutionary changes in the media and work for the improvement and better future of this sector. We now come to the lesson. As you can see already, this is in the form of a dialogue, which I have previously done with you. So you can see how the format is. There is an initial introduction to the lesson, and then later on, it takes the form of a clear-cut dialogue. Insert, you can see there are some thought bubbles. These are certain thought bubbles that you'll be answering when we come to this particular part. Okay. Get ready. Open up to page number 22 of your textbook. We're about to read. Miss Aisha is the favorite teacher of class 9. The students eagerly attend her class. Miss Aisha enters the classroom with her usual smile. She greets the students and takes the roll call. It's the tutorial day. Can you guess what the word tutorial means? Very good. It means group discussion. They're going to have a little discussion with their teacher today. The students are all geared up. They know what is about to come and they are prepared for it. Shall we start? She asks politely. Yes, the students nod. Yes, the students nod. Teacher. Okay. As we have decided earlier, the topic for today's discussion is the role of media and its impact. To start with, let me state clearly that media is the most powerful mode of communication. It shares news and information with the people. Sometimes media spreads false news, but generally it informs us about the facts around us. Do you agree? Students, yes, we do. Now, what type of information does media provide? Can you give me the answer? Very good. Media shares news and information with the people. Student 1. I would like to add a bit more to it. Yes, sure. Media helps people to share knowledge of the world. Their feelings and opinions are expressed through it. Media attracts the attention of a very large audience. Have you noticed that the first thing we do soon after entering the house is to switch on the television? There is no doubt about it. Let me say that media has become a part of our life. It not only informs us, but also entertains us. Absolutely right. Well, do you have any idea about the two major means of communication? There are two means of communication. This is student 3. There are two means of communication: electronic media and print media. The media includes film, radio, television, internet, books, magazines, and newspapers. It provides us information as well as entertainment. Good. It's through media that the world has become a global village. There is coverage of all the important events of the world on television. We can have an easy access to all kinds of information through media. Student 4. Can we say that the world is just a click away? Teacher. Maybe, well, would any other student like to say something on it? Miss Aisha points to the student sitting at the end. Student number 5. Madam, in my opinion, media plays a very constructive role for the society. It raises awareness about many social issues like corruption, terrorism, drug addiction, and violation of human rights. Yes, you're right. Media has also become a mouthpiece of the downtrodden. How do you think media has become the mouthpiece of the downtrodden? Downtrodden means people who are weak, who are being dealt with cruelly, whose voice is not being heard. Can you think of a way? Very good. There are so many people who, for example, there are people who haven't been government employees, who haven't been during this lockdown period, there are people who haven't received their pays. Why? Because people have not paid the bills. There are so many institutes that are not receiving fee from their students. Obviously, which means those institutes are not able to pay the teachers. So, and then you must have seen on television how there are people whose land has been illegally occupied by the goons, by the dons. And when by the mercy, by a miracle, some media personnel goes and covers their story, their voice gets heard, and sometimes the appropriate department of the government takes action and helps to resolve their problem. So that is how media can become the mouthpiece of the people who are suffering. Yes, well said. It would not be wrong to say that media is the most vigilant institution that keeps an eye. Vigilant means observant, alert. That media is the most vigilant institution that keeps an eye on every segment of the society. Through debates, reports, and talk shows, it makes everyone answerable and accountable. That is why media has become an integral part of our lives. Now, I would invite one of you to sum up the discussion. Student 1. I would conclude the discussion by saying that media can play a positive role and has a corrective impact if it works honestly. Teacher. Good conclusion. I'm happy that all of you have participated in this discussion and have expressed yourselves very well. The bell rings, Miss Aisha says goodbye to the class and leaves. Now, what is the theme of the lesson? The theme of the unit is to highlight the role and impact of media. It tells that media can mold the opinion and mindset of people. It has a deep impact on the lives of people. Media has turned the world into a global village. Now, the words that we did not cover up in our initial vocabulary are given over here in your glossary. The word impact means effect, eager means a keen desire, geared up means ready, integral means essential, entertain means to amuse. There is an oral activity given in your book. You do not have to do these questions in your notebook. These are for only orally to be done. How important is media in our lives? I just wanted to write them down for you so that it will be convenient. Anytime you want to come back to the lesson, you can understand. You want to understand, you can come back to the lesson. I'm sorry. How important is media in our lives? Media is most powerful tool of communication. It helps promoting the right things on right time. It gives a real exposure to the mass audience about what is right or wrong. Like a fire, but on the safe side, it helps a lot to inform us about the realities as well. What is the negative influence of media? Media is linked with spreading fake news. Media is responsible for generating negative feelings among those exposed to it. An early exposure to bold or violent films, books publishing adult content, and news portraying ugly social practices have a deep impact on young minds. Which news channel is the most popular in Pakistan and why? This is something I could think of. You can pick up any other. Geo News is Pakistan's most famous news TV channel because it provides latest news, breaking news updates. Okay. Why should the government put a check on media? Government should put a check on media due to spreading what is this? Oh, government should put a check on media due to spreading before the time without any authentic. Oh, yes. Government should put a check on media due to spreading before the time without an authentic analysis and false news. That is, before fake or unauthorized news is shared, media should be warned. There should be a clear penalty for it. Now, question answers that need to be attempted in your notebook. Question number 1, what is the most important function that media plays? Media is performing very constructive function for society. It raises awareness about many social issues like corruption, terrorism, drug addiction, and violation of human rights. What are the two major means of communication? Two major means of communication are electronic media and print media. It includes films, radio, television, internet, books, magazines, and newspapers. It provides us with information as well as entertainment. How does media provide entertainment? Media provides entertainment in various forms such as news, dramas, films, talk shows, documentary programs, current affairs, radio, internet, books, magazines, and newspapers. Question number 4. What happens when media is allowed to play its role unchecked? If media is allowed to play its role unchecked, then the bogus news given in the newspaper and on the TV channels may raise blood pressure, thrilling attitude, and create negative feelings in the mind of the audience. Overexposure to media may cause health problems also. The children learn violence by seeing movies and TV programs. The middle-aged persons are stuck up with TV serials and show much interest in raising social status by wasting money. Give 3 reasons in support of your favorite TV program. This is just an example. You can write your own. I like Buzz Mein Tariq Aziz's show due to the following. Number 1, it provides information. Number 2, it gives us entertainment. Number 3, the winner of the competition is awarded with cash prizes. Locate some books and write their titles in alphabetical order. This is something that I found in my home, and so I have made this small list. If you have a small library of books in your home, you can do it from there. Or you can borrow the answer that I've written over here. At least 4 to 6 books you can write. Okay. If you have books at your home, write their names in the alphabetical order. For example, my children had a book named Animal Farms. My father owns a book named by Bangedara, which is by Allama Iqbal. Lord of the Flies is another book that my son reads. Romeo and Juliet is a book that I have studied in my master's, so I still keep my old books. Here is your vocabulary exercise. You can pause it over here, read the question. This exercise needs to be attempted in your notebook. You can pause the lesson over here, and the answers are already given. Vocabulary exercise number 2 is given over here. The answers are given over here, which you can attempt in your textbook. I hope this is very easy. You can do it on your own if you like. You can copy from here if you like. With that, we come to the end of our lesson. Thank you very much. I hope you have understood the objectives that we had today. I hope there was nothing complicated about today's lesson. This was very easy. Bless you all. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz.